Hey, how are you today? Beautiful day here in Chicago. I wanted to respond to some things I've seen on the internet about a Miss Ginnie Watson. She's been attacked by numerous people, tough guys behind the keyboard. And I think it's time someone said something that made some sense about some of the ludicrous comments that have been made and accusations. The logic used by some of these people is that she's a phony. She did interviews after the Bataclan massacre, and she did some interviews which were scrutinized by these people, and she was accused of some things which were just untrue. It's amazing to me that in the Paris attacks, there's 130 people killed, 89 which died at the Bataclan, and yet these individuals, instead of attacking the perpetrators of the crimes and talking about the carnage, instead want to attack this woman. I find that just unbelievable. Some of the logic that's used by these tough guys using a computer is that, for one thing, she looks like she's smiling during the course of her interviews, which is really no crime at all. When you realize the fact that her resting face, if you look at photos of her or videos, her resting face is one of smiling. My resting face is usually someone who's in a pensive mood, or I look angry. I have people come up to me all the time. Steve, you feel okay? You doing all right? Because normally my resting face I've inherited from my dad looks like I'm either in pain or in great agony. She's just the opposite. Her resting face is a smile. So as she's being interviewed, you see this little tint of a smile in her face. It's not because she's doing something evil or putting on a show or an act. That's her natural look. So that goes right out the window. That's not even an argument, because you don't know her heart. You don't know what she's doing, why she has that little smile on her face. You don't know that. You'd have to know her heart. You'd have to be God to know why she has what appears to be a smile on her face. The other accusation that I listened to was the fact that in the beginning of the interview, she states that she went to the Bataclan with two of her friends. And then as she gives some more interview, shortly thereafter, she then just before the attack occurs, she then states that she was with her friend. So right away, this gets jumped on by all these tough guys saying, see, they start screaming, see, she's a liar. She said originally she was with two people. Now she's only with one. Well, let's examine that argument, can we? You could easily go somewhere with two people. Two of your friends. And once you get there, it's not unusual for one of those people to drift off, especially when you're in a crowd with a bunch of people, that one of the friends drifts off and is with another friend or another group. I see that happen all the time. I've gone places with 6 people, and when we get there in this big party or something, we separate. And so she went there with 2. She was there with 1 when the attack happened. It's a simple explanation. This doesn't have to be just some diabolical thing this woman's perpetrating. That argument flies out the window just on logic alone. And I got to tell you, right then and there, you have the argument. This is the extent of the argument that these accusers have. What they've really done is begun with the a priori assumption that this woman is being disingenuous. They have no facts to back it up. As a matter of fact, Ginnie Watson has facts to prove she was at the Bataclan. So they've stated stuff and they've said hurtful things maliciously. They've committed acts of slander and libel maliciously, with no concern about what's right and what's wrong, or what's righteous and just. Instead, they've begun with the a priori assumption this woman is wrong and lying, and yet have failed to prove any facts. If you want to make your case, then prove she wasn't there. Don't give me your suppositions. Prove she wasn't there. She can prove she was. And your arguments are just preposterous. They're ludicrous. They're stupid. And you're tough guys behind a keyboard. Really, you're cowards. And instead of attacking the terrible people who committed these crimes, and having grief for the 130 people killed, you attack an innocent woman. I find that deplorable.